Pinocchio. A wood-carving craftsman Geppetto lived alone for a long time. If I had a child, I would never feel as sad as this. Oh, I have an idea. Mr. Geppetto started carving a wooden block and shaped it into the shape of a child. This boy's name is going to be... Pinocchio. Sounds great. He continued carving it, and soon Pinocchio's head was completed very handsomely, with big eyes and a tall nose. Then, Mr. Geppetto felt like Pinocchio had smiled at him, so he spoke gently to Pinocchio. No, it's not done yet, so don't move. Then, but it tickles so much, Father. Astonishingly, Pinocchio smiled and spoke to Mr. Geppetto. What? Is it you who just spoke? That's right. It's me, Father. Hey, can you quickly make my body as well? Mr. Geppetto was so shocked that he dropped a chisel that was in his hand. After, Mr. Geppetto completed carving Pinocchio's body part very quickly. Hooray! Hooray! Father, I can walk! Pinocchio ran around the house very happily. Mr. Geppetto bought Pinocchio clothes and prepared him to attend a school. Pinocchio, make sure you study a lot at school with your friends. Yes, okay, Father. I'm leaving. Pinocchio had decided to study hard and become an honorable man and to help Mr. Geppetto. One day, Pinocchio was heading to his school. Then a fox and a cat walked up to him and asked, Hey, wooden doll, where are you going? To school. I'm going to go there to study. Study? We will teach you much more fun thing than studying. A fun activity? What is it? How's this? Would you like to join the circus? It's much more interesting than school. I reckon you could quickly become a star. Pinocchio, who loved fun things, was persuaded by the fox and the cat, and he completely forgot about school as he followed the two. After walking for a while, lively music gradually got louder. Hey, come on, everyone. It's the circus. Children can enter for half the price. A clown who had his face painted in white was yelling on a platform in the town square. Hey, everyone, come watch our show. A magical doll that can move by itself. There's no string attached to it. Pinocchio, who was forced to stand on the stage, was initially confused. However, after listening to music and seeing the audience's excited expressions, he gradually became excited. Then, when he realized, he was dancing to the music. Pinocchio felt even more fun after hearing the applause, and in the end, he was singing as he danced. After the performance, when all the audience left, the leader of circus took Pinocchio into the tent.
Well done, thanks to you. We had good sales today. I will make you work hard tomorrow again.
After saying that, the leader shoved Pinocchio into a cage. Wait a minute. Please return me home. My father will be worried.
No, I have already paid the fox. You are now my belonging.
The leader locked the cage and left the tent. Pinocchio finally realized that he has been fooled by the fox and the cat. Someone, help me! Please let me get outside of this cage. Although Pinocchio screamed desperately, his voice did not reach anyone. It became night. Pinocchio was tired from shouting, and he was sitting in the corner of the cage, holding onto his knees tightly. I am sorry, Father. You told me to go to school, but I didn't listen to you. So I was captured by the bad guys. He buried his face between his knees and started crying. Then, do not cry. Lift your head, Pinocchio. There stood a beautiful woman wearing a white dress and holding a stick in front of him. Pinocchio, I am a tree fairy who gave you life. Please, fairy, help me. I was brought here by the bad guys, and they locked me in here. Then, Pinocchio's nose grew long suddenly. Pinocchio, you have just lied to me. I'm not lying. I tried to go to school, but a fox and a cat kidnapped me. I'm telling you the truth. Pinocchio's nose grew longer again. Don't try to hide. I was watching everything. I'm sorry. I just lied. I followed the fox and the cat because they told me that they will teach me fun things. I won't lie again. The tree fairy gently touched Pinocchio's nose with a stick. Then his nose started shrinking to its original length. Well, make sure you go to school and study from now onwards. If you continue that, you might be able to become a real human. Really? I am going to work hard. The tree fairy unlocked the cage for Pinocchio. Then Pinocchio went home hurriedly. At home, Mr. Geppetto was very worried waiting for Pinocchio to come back home.
Oh, Pinocchio, where have you been?
I'm so sorry, Father. I will not make you worry again.
Since then, Pinocchio attended school every day and made many close friends. One day after school, Pinocchio was on his way to home, and then the fox and the cat appeared. Hey there, long time no see. How are you?
I'm not going to talk to you two anymore. I have to go home and help my father.
Pinocchio tried to ignore the two and walk off. However,
Hey, do you want to go to children's country? Your friends are coming too.
it's not like we're going to do something bad. It's just going out with your friends.
It's just going out with my friends. Then, it might be okay.
Pinocchio was told by Mr. Geppetto that it is both important to study at school and go out with his friends, so he decided to follow the two again. They came to a vacant lot on the outskirts of the town, and there were many children there already. Pinocchio's best friend Sam was there, and many other friends from the same school were there. Eventually, a big carriage came into the vacant lot.
Hey, everyone, this carriage goes to children's country. We have lots of snacks as well, so quickly get on.
After a man shouted, all the kids quickly hopped onto the carriage. The carriage with children climbed over the mountain and arrived to a coast. Everyone transferred onto a ship and got to a small island in the sea. There was actually children's country. The whole island was like an amusement park with various fun rides. Pinocchio enjoyed going on rides all day and ate a lot of delicious meals for dinner and went to sleep. Pinocchio totally forgot about Mr. Geppetto and school and continued to play in children's country for many days. One morning, Pinocchio went to the bathroom to wash his face. However, when he looked in the mirror, he screamed.
What is this? Hey, Sam! My ears are turning into donkey's ears.
Pinocchio ran into Sam's room. Then there was a small donkey crying sadly.
Oh, what? There's still someone who hasn't turned into a donkey yet.
A man entered the room.
Tell me, Sam is turning into a donkey.
That's right. You're going to be a donkey soon as well. You all will be taken to markets and sold away. Come on, come here.
The man stretched out his hand to Pinocchio. Pinocchio shook off his hand and jumped out the window to outside.
He escaped. That's okay. I'll let him go.
There was a cliff outside the window, that lead to a vast ocean. Pinocchio was swimming desperately, heading to the land in the distance that he saw.
Please wait for me, Father. I promise I will return home.
However, in this moment, a huge shark was approaching his back. At the same time as Pinocchio noticed the shark opened its mouth widely and swallowed him with seawater.
What am I going to do? I can't see anything here.
Pinocchio was swimming in the dark inside the shark's stomach, looking for an exit. There were other fish that shark had swallowed, a torn ship floating inside. After swimming for a while, Pinocchio found a dim light coming out from a small window on a ship in front of him. It seemed like there was someone else inside the shark's stomach other than Pinocchio. There was an old man fishing on a small broken boat. Pinocchio knew right away who the man was.
Father!
Are you Pinocchio? I wasn't expecting to meet you in such place like this.
Pinocchio climbed onto the boat and jumped onto Mr. Geppetto.
I wanted to see you so much, Father.
I looked for you everywhere because you just suddenly disappeared. Then there was a man who saw many children being taken onto a ship. So I left the shore on this boat. But then the shark swallowed the whole boat and I
am sorry, Father, for making you experience this hard time.
It's okay, Pinocchio. We will be digested inside this shark's stomach anyway soon.
No, don't give up, Father. We should think of a way to get out of here somehow.
The two paddled the boat and set the boat on fire with a matchstick when they came near the shark's mouth. The smoke expanded, and soon the stomach became full of smokes. Then the shark coughed from the overflowing smoke engulfing inside its stomach. Pinocchio and Mr. Geppetto were spat out from the shark's mouth and were thrown far into the midnight ocean.
Pinocchio, I cannot swim. Help me.
Pinocchio carried Mr. Geppetto on his back and started swimming towards the land. He continued to swim, and as he eventually reached the land, he carried Mr. Geppetto and walked back to their house without resting at all. When they got home, the sun had risen already, and it was bright daylight. As soon as Pinocchio laid Mr. Geppetto on a bed, he collapsed onto the floor and fell asleep. That night, the tree fairy appeared in Pinocchio's dream. Pinocchio, you have worked to your best in order to save Mr. Geppetto. I can make you a real human as a reward. The tree fairy touched Pinocchio's forehead with her stick. Then a pale blue light wrapped around his body The next morning, Pinocchio looked into the mirror. Then,
Wow, I am actually a real human now.
Pinocchio hurriedly rushed to Mr. Geppetto. Pinocchio's wish, I want to become a human, and Mr. Geppetto's wish, I want a child. Both wishes finally became true. Pinocchio had turned from a wooden doll into a real human, as Mr. Geppetto's real child, and lived happily ever after.